I'm about to ruin your childhood for you, and I'm so sorry. We all know Bob Saget. He played Danny Tanner on Full House. He was America's Favorite Dad. He was also on America's Funniest Home Video. Most recently, he was on Fuller House. He is now dead, thank God, because he's a fucking horrible person and a fucking... Of course, that is just my opinion, and everything I'm about to say is alleged. However, if you've ever watched his stand-up, then you know he's extremely vulgar and extremely, extremely dirty. I think what most people don't realize, though, is that his career has almost been defined by his inappropriate relationship with the Olsen twins. I'm going to show you some clips from his roast in 2008 where it really shows that Hollywood and other comedians were well aware of how allegedly inappropriate he was, especially towards the twins. Before I do that, though, I'm going to share with y'all directly from Bob Saget's mouth what he does when he was handed on set a lifelike doll of the Olsen twins for them to practice their lines with.
Instead of Ashley and Mary Kate, for Michelle, as a 3-year-old kid, they gave me a doll to talk to for rehearsal. A rubber doll, not even plastic, like a test dummy. It looked like a porn doll. It was just missing the stuff.
Bob goes on to say that he was sort of romanticizing this doll, stroking it, dancing with her, and then he lays her on the bed and he mimics exactly what you would think he would mimic. He says the crew is eating it up, the cameramen, they're all cracking up, and it's so funny, hee hee. However, the kids are on set, they're just in class in another part of the set, but they can see him. One of the moms comes downstairs, she's like, please stop, the kids can see you. Now, what do you think a reasonable person would have responded to in this situation?
I said, well, turn off the monitors. I'm working. Right.
Yeah. Let's talk about his roast. It aired in Comedy Central on 2008. I am a firm believer that there's always a little bit of truth in every joke, but that is, of course, my opinion. There are very few words I can use to describe everything that's about to be said by his colleagues, so keep that in mind.
For doing Full House, he was also hosting America's Funniest Home Videos. What a tough gig that must have been, huh? His entire job consisted of saying, take a look at this, which is what he used to say to Mary Kate Olsen in her dressing room.
He's a sick bastard. He has 2 daughters in college and 3 girlfriends in high school. True that he used to give Mary Kate acting lessons. He'd tell her, act like this never happened.
Olsen twins say, well, Bob Saget hands you a chocolate milk that he just made, and you wake up 3 hours later, lying on your stomach.
Bob has done a lot for this country. For 8 seasons, half an hour a week, Full House kept off the street. In fact, 3 of them were on the show.
I find this joke particularly interesting because the Olsen twins did go on Ellen, obviously, as adults, and they said one of their earliest memories is being in the shower with Dave Coulier, of course, played Uncle Joey, and a lot of lines and allegations about how inappropriate things were on set, including most of the men constantly being nude, inappropriate jokes, etc., etc. I'm running out of time, but if y'all want me to do a deep dive on this, I totally can.